Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome Teresa St. John to the Sales Success Spotlight. How are you today, Teresa?
I'm good. Thank you, John. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks. Let's begin
Awesome.
by allowing you to give a little bit of background about yourself to our audience.
Well, my background is actually in real estate. I actually went to school for graphic design, then got into real estate and was a realtor for 11 years, and then recruited into title in 2001, where I had a successful following in the Scottsdale, Arizona area for over 10 years before being put into the social media realm for the company.
Okay, great. That's a great story. What's the market like out in Arizona these days?
It's awesome. I have to say that we're doing really well in orders. The Arizona resale market is just going gangbusters. So, knock on wood, it's going to continue for a while.
Well, that's great. That's fantastic to hear. And we're going to talk a little bit today about social media planning, how we can help our agents. Do you want to go ahead and share some of your success with us?
I would. Some of the things that I like to talk with agents about and also our sales reps about is that you still have to have a meaningful conversation with your clients about what their sales goals are. Okay, and the thing is, every person's marketing plan is different. Their goals are specific to their business. So if you find out what their need is, it's almost inevitable that you will find a solution that can deliver whatever that action item is. And connecting the dots is important. So if they don't connect the dots specifically to what that action item is, the agent's not going to understand. And I think we talked about it earlier, where we said if the agent wants to have more conversation or more interaction with their clients, the article that you would find or the information that you need is how to improve your engagement with your audience on social media. So you have to make it sound realtor speak, not so much what it would be in the business place.
Yeah, that makes sense. And when you first sit down with an agent, do you find that it's best to do this type of mentoring or advising one-on-one or in front of a group? How do you do it out in Arizona too? If I'm an agent and I'm struggling, I know that I need a social media marketing plan, but I don't know how to get there. How do you help them?
Well, we have a sales team of 19. We have 19 sales reps, and or actually, I'm sorry, 18 sales reps. And what they do, they'll meet with their clients one on one, and we don't go into anything that's product driven. We go into what are your needs, what's working for you, what's not working for you, and in doing that, we can then take it to the next level. If the sales rep needs me to come in and talk to them about it, if a person in another area doesn't have someone in a role like myself, you do research. That's how I learned. I went and did Google searches to find everything that I could find about what I needed to know to give to my client, because that way you're learning about it. You're learning about what it is that is happening with digital
Right.
media, and as you learn, you can help your client, and it helps avoid spending resources for the company because you're the resource now.
Yep.
And when you're the resource, the client comes to you for help.
So, what do you think the average real estate agent right now, where are they at when it comes to social media and developing a strategy that is beneficial to them?
They're behind the eight ball, at least in our market, because we have the average age of our realtor clients is past the age of 50. So we don't have we do have millennials coming into the market, but they're an older demographic, and technology and change is scary for them. So what may have worked in the past would still probably work. It's just they have to make the understand that the message that they're delivering is the same. It's the vehicle that it's delivered in has changed, and not to be frightened of it. And I also advise them to start slowly. Start with assessing the database. Within that database, who are the people that make up their different types of demographics? They may have people that are in, the baby boomer or the millennials or whoever in between, and really personalize that message according to that demographic within their database. And then find out, it's a great way for them to call through and touch base again and find out what they're using as far as social platforms. Are they on Facebook? Do they prefer LinkedIn? Is it Instagram? How are we going to reach them? And then we kind of work backwards from there to make a plan so that they can have specific action items to enact that marketing agenda.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And there's got to be a lot of value then to the agent because, like you said, they know they have to do it, they just don't know what to do. And
Exactly. Exactly.
well, that's fantastic. So, what advice, if I'm a sales rep, like you said, in an area where perhaps there isn't a Teresa, how would you go ahead and begin this process of delivering value to your customers through? I kind of like call it a social media advisor.
Yeah. Well, you're still advising them with marketing, but find out first, like we said before, find out what their objectives are, and then find a platform that works for that objective. Period. And do your research on Google. Go through and create Google alerts for different types of marketing, I guess marketing items that they want to accomplish.
Right.
And the information will come to their inbox and they can then help them. But still have them do the one-on-one appointments. It starts with that. It starts with the database first, and then go into the social platforms that will help their clients.
Well, and really, you mentioned earlier asking questions and really meeting with somebody and asking questions, getting to know them is really the foundation for really all of our interactions with our customers, right?
It really is. It's not, we do have. It's nice for us. We have the blanket of First American behind us, that brand. But I think where the rubber meets the road is the person that's in the field that sees their client on a weekly basis or however often they will interact with them, and then that person becomes the resource. You need to be the resource above any other person. That way, you're driving business in a helpful way. You're giving something back to them that isn't something that's a thing. You aren't going to be chasing the market down or competing with the competition in that, the competition just, released this new item, and we can actually be of more value and solidify the relationship because you're meeting one-on-one with your clients about their specific needs.
Well, that's fantastic. That's a great way to end the segment. I want to express my appreciation for you taking the time today to talk to us about how to become a social media advisor for our clients. And have a great day. And once again, thanks for participating.
Thank you.